so scenic. Yeah, since Chinese New Year is approaching, so my early greeting to you all is 恭喜发财. That sounds very strange. Why mom has to greet someone 发财, I think this is something that we are going to discuss today, right? 发财. What kind of 财 is that? Is it? Of course, the 财 here refer to the wealth. 财, 发财, wealth. Alright, so we will divide into two parts. One part is to 发, the material wealth, right? Then another one, in our Buddhist spiritual practice, we have to 发 the spiritual wealth, right? And we have to look at what are these spiritual wealth, right? And what are the advantage or disadvantage of all these different wealth, right? Okay, and when we're talking about the wealth, right? You see, the Buddha never denied it. As a lay person, we need wealth, right? And Buddha never denied, to fuck, the mundane wealth. To have more money, determine our happiness. So the present happiness determine how much money you have, right? Of course, if you don't have money, it's really suffering. Of course, too much money also suffering. Okay, now, okay, so here is the Jigacha Paramaroda, right? The Jigacha here refer to poverty, right? Poverty also refer to the hunger, refer to the starvation, right? And also refers to poor, 穷, 贫穷, okay? And Parama here has been the supreme or the worst. And the roga means the disease. So the Buddha regard regard this jigacha as starvation, regard the poor as the greatest disease. So yeah, that's what you find in the Dhammapala, right? Dhammapala said hunger or poverty is the greatest disease, right? And then, of course, this greatest disease considered in the mundane existence. So we're going to look at it, why it is so, right? But before that, the Buddha also said, if we want to live a happy life, you see, one of the most important prerequisites is to acquire the wealth, right? Of course, it's definitely not how much money you earn, right, determine our happiness. Okay, now talking about the wealth, right? We are looking at it, right? Briefly, okay. Of course, there are so many places in the sutras talking about the acquisition of wealth, right? Properly, and this one is found in the Adiya Suttas. Right? Adiya Sutta says, right, the householders should acquire wealth, right, through these 5 methods. Okay, we just have a look at it. Yeah, most of you know very well, right? Here it talk about Uttana Virya Adhigate, right? Quiet through energetic effort and skill, right? You're talking about the skill, right? So here Uttana means the rising, the up, or the initiative. Virya means the effort. So this kind of well referred to someone who really put a lot of effort in it, right? To acquire the skill, right? To acquire the knowledge, right? Like someone specialized in different field, right? In the medical field, or in professional field. These are acquired through the Uttana Virya Adhigate. This is the first one, right? And the second one is talking about the Bala Parichitte. This one is earned by the strength. So you have to put a lot of effort and work hard. Put a lot of effort, physical effort, right? I think it's clear. Then Seda Wakite is earned by the sweat of one's brow. So it's talking about you have earned your living through the right livelihood. Okay? So you know the right livelihood, right? Then another one is Dhammikehi, and the fifth one is Dhammaladehi. So you see the fourth and the fifth one talking about the Dhamma. What is Dhamma? Well, Dhamma here means righteous, righteous. So you are earning through the righteous means, okay? Or the lawfully obtained, like you are getting this through what? Through the inherited. This is also considered as a lawfully obtained, right? Yeah, so these are the wealth, right? We earn, yeah, through the righteous means, okay? And this kind of wealth that you earn, right, uh, is a source of happiness. Right? Okay, now talking about so those also goes on to describe, right? There are ways, right, to use these righteous acquire wealth, right? So with the wealth that you earn, right, you consider, yeah, these are the several ways that you can spend your money. Huh? The first one is for yourself, of course, right? Because the wealth can buy a lot of happiness, isn't it? So you can use your money, you know, to go for shopping and you get happiness, so much happiness, right? Isn't it? And the second one, with the wealth that you earn, also don't forget to support your parents. To support your parents, to support your children, your slave, workers, and servants. Then the third one, not forget also your friends and colleagues. Right? Make them happy, right? Because the wealth can buy happiness. But now it's a lot of frauds also. Now when we give money also we have to consider many times. Okay, now the fourth one, right? With the wealth that you earn, right? Not forget you have to protect it properly. Yeah, because you have to prevent your wealth from all these five parties. Yeah, because once you have wealth, right? If you don't protect it, right? This money will go to these five things. Huh? Talking about the first one, fire. Right? Fire. So you have to prevent your money, yeah, from fire. Right? That's why you keep it in a safety box, in the proper place, from the flood also. Right? If you are not really taking care of your money, then when the flood comes, everything gone. And the third one, from the king also. No, I mean, we have to pay the income tax, no doubt, right? Because, yeah, I think, and the fourth one is from the thief, right? From the theft. And the fifth one is your unloved heirs, right? Inheritance. So, yeah. And then another one, it's talking about the fifth one. It said that with the wealth that's gained, we have to make these 5 kinds of offering. 5 kinds of offering. Of these 5 kinds, you look at it to your relative, to the guest, and to the departed ones, to the king, right? Government, and then another one to the dead. You look at these 5 things. Maybe I will choose one or two. Yeah, here particularly to the departed ones. So we have to remember, especially when you're talking about the third one, the fifth one, right? Even in our Chinese tradition, also we have this tradition in the Confucianism, right? To set up the ancestral tablets in our family, and then from time to time, right, honor them, right, by offering the flowers or the fruits, etc., right? Or even in our Chinese tradition, we also, donate the money on behalf of their names. You see, so these are things that we used to do. In fact, you look at this thing, it's also coming from Buddhism, right? So that's why Chinese and the Buddhists originated from India can come very closely. Yeah, I think because we have the same teaching, right? Same teaching. I think these are the teaching like to the departed one. You see, and to the deities. You look at our Chinese ancestors. Our ancestors when they come to Malaysia, right? They will definitely brought their ancestral tablets. Ancestral tablets. I don't know you, but a lot of family, they have these ancestral tablets when they come to Malaysia. They bring their ancestors to the Malaysia, and not only that, also in Malaysia we also they also bring their deities. Bring their deity. That's why those from the Mazhu lah, from the Fujian, from the Guangdong lah, and the different places they bring different deities. That's why in Malaysia we have very rich Chinese folks deities, right, in our Chinese community. Who are they? Guan Yin Yang Niang lah, definitely is one. And Mazhu lah, you see, and Tua Pek Gong lah, Tua Apek, Tua Ya Pek, I don't know, you know this Tua Apek, Tua Ya Pek? 什么清水岩呐，清水岩呐， Okay, so these are things. So you see, in our Buddhism also we have similar practice. That's why you find in these sutras, right? The Buddha says, we have offered to our departed ones, and from times to times, not from time to time, every day, whenever we do any good deeds, we remember them, right, by sharing the merits or dedicate the merits to our departed ones. Idaming atina hotu, right? Sukita hontu gatayo, right? This is the message. That's why you find in most of our religious rites and ceremonies, towards the end of the ceremonies, we have a very simple dedication of merits to our departed ones. Idaming atina hotu, by pouring the water. Pouring the water. Yeah. So that signifies the dedication of marriage to our departed ones. When we do any good deeds, we don't forget to dedicate marriage to our departed ones. Okay, and and yeah, and of course to the deities also, right? The deities. So we had a very rich deities worshipping culture. Lots of family also, when they want to put the Buddha statues, usually I would not ask them to throw away the ancestors and the deity. I said you still can keep it, because this is what your ancestors carry on. Probably what you need to do is to put the Buddha statue in the middle, and then both sides you can keep your what do you call the deities, another one your ancestral tablets. Okay, so we never reject that, and we respect them. And of course, we don't take them as our refuge, but we respect them. Okay, here, the sixth one, it says that with the wealth that gain, right, noble disciple, establish a lofty offering of alms to those ascetic Brahmins. Okay, so not forget also to offer, right, alms, okay, to clergies, to the Brahmins and the Shramans. Okay, during the Buddhist time, the Buddhist monks also belong to the Shramans. Okay, so that's why you look at the Buddhist country, the whole population can support so many Buddhist monks, right? And so this is also part of it. And the Buddha also said, right, that offering will bring happiness not only the present life but our future as well. Okay, and conducive to heaven. And of course, we look at it also in our Buddhist community. We also encourage to observe the Uposatta's Day. I think this is every religion they have their holy day, right? And what holy day? Holy is supposed to be the spiritual day, right? Every 7 days you have one day, holiday. Every 7 days. Even Buddhism also said so. Every 7 days we also have Uposatta's Day, right? So the Uposatta's Day, we say in Chinese what? 斋戒日. 斋戒日 you see in Chinese we say that 我要食斋. But it's not really a day, to eat vegetarian, to be a vegetarian. 食斋 here means you have to observe the fasting. It means that not to take food after 12, right? After lunch, until the following day. So this is called the Sek Zai. Zai here means the purity. Okay? So in Chinese, in our calendar, Buddhist calendar, when you observe this Uposatta's Day, 初八啊, 初八, 15啊, 23, and towards the end of the month. So these 4 days considered as Uposatta's Day. So what you do during this Uposatta's Day, observe a precept, right? And then not only that, also you offer alms, come to the temple, observe a precept, listen to the dhammas, right? And then meditate. And what else? Offering, right? Alms to the monastics. So these are the virtues, the activities that you can engage during this Uposatta's Day. And why we do that is because in the Chaturmaharajika, Chaturmaharajika Buddha Nikaya, it says that the Chaturmaharajikas and the retinues will come down, right, to inspect us whether we observe Uposatta's days or not, right? And so that after inspection, they will go back, right, and report to the upper deities, some team, and to report who and who, observe these. If we are doing well, right, the deities up there will be very happy because they know that if we are doing well, we will go up and join them. Join them for what? Join them to fight against the Ashura. So that is not good. Yeah, so that there will be peace in the society. When more and more people observe good morality, you see, the peace will be prevailed in our society. Yeah? And then there will be more and more people will reborn up there, right? And then fight with Ashura. It's very sarcastic, isn't it? Right? You know the Ashura? Yeah. Ashura is also one class of being. Of course, for Mahayana, they consider this Asura as the host, what do you call? As the Sanqu.
Demigod.
Huh?
Demigod.
Semi-god, yeah, semi-god. But the semi-god, not all gods are good, ma. They are also gods has that nature of fighting, or create a lot of troubles. So this Ashura considered that group. They will fight with these two lower realms of existence. They will fight with the Chaturmarajiv and the retinues, and they will fight with the 33 gods.
Ashura is not demons, right?
It's semi-demons. Yeah, demons. Yeah, demons. Yeah, demons.
In Mahayana, what they call it?
Asiulo. That's why this is a word that we use commonly to refer someone has that nature of anger. Or they use asaulo. Asiulo. It's not really a good term. So when we are describing someone has that nature of Ashura, fighting nature, 就是很容易生气 You have that nature of anger, or fighting. So Asura. Okay. So of course, in Buddhism, we don't go to one heaven. There are so many heavens out there, other than these Chaturmarajika, the Ashura, these what do you call it, the Tawatimsa, right? 33 heavens, some our Chinese, Fujian, they will worship this Gong. Gong is also one of the deities in the 33 heavens. Gong. Or somebody says Sankadeva. It says, anyway, very confusing. But anyway, just the names. But they all dwell in the 33 heavens. Yeah. Okay, so other than these two, right, there are also 4 higher realms. They are like Yama, Tushita, Nimana, Paranimitta, Vasavati. They are all considered realms of happiness. Okay, they enjoy happiness there. So, our future Buddhas, now our Maitreya Bodhisattvas said in the commentary, now dwelling in the Tushita heaven. And when these Maitreya Bodhisattvas descend to the earth, when the human lifespan reached to before 80,000 years lifespan. I think that's quite possible now because with this AI, isn't it? AI now, they said that another 5 or 6 years, human lifespan can reach 500 years. 真的 They said in 2032, our human lifespan will reach 唔知150或者500Yeah. 嗱，我 LKK 啊，local code。Okay, that's because of AI. AI can solve all our sickness. So what we need is just to transplant the SIM into our brain. So the SIM can detect and then can destroy immediately. 听了就好了哈。Alright. Okay. It's also talk about 6 dangers of wealth, right? So with the money that you acquire, so you have to take care of your money, right? Don't get yourself indulged in alcohol. That's why we have 5 precepts, Surah Miraya, Maja Pamadatan, right? Refrain from taking alcohol, right? And of course, wandering at night also. Then of course, obsession with entertainment. Get yourself indulged in the entertainment, right? And then addiction to gambling, right? No gambling for Buddhists. We never believe money come easily. The money that you earn, is really your money. 那些不是你赚来的钱，那些钱来得快也走得快 ，and you die faster also. Alright, another one is associated with bad friends. So yeah, this morning I went to this, the prisons, Sungai Udang prison. I used to go there every Friday in the morning. Now I reduced to once a month. Yeah, I used to talk to them about these things. I don't know whether they understand what I want to say. Yeah, the reason why they were in the prison is because of the association with the bad friends. Yeah, and of course I told them this morning. Yeah, we have a little celebration of Chinese New Year, and then I joined them, for the lunch dinners, and then we have a very very nice sharing. And I also told them that you were in the prison. When you come out of prison, I don't think your parents will accept you. Many of them also they cut off from the family, they tie from the family, and then they have no friend. You see, then again, what will happen after they come out of prison? They will go back to find their old friend. You see, again they will come back again. I mean, this is what they said. You see, many of them also come back because of associating with their old friend. You see, that's why I think there must be an awareness for our bodies. You see, we have to accept them. You see, accept them, yeah, because they have already received so much punishment, right, from our law, right. I think they have enough, right. So we give them an opportunity, right, for their transformation, I believe, right. So if we can use the dharmas, right, to change, I think they also can be a good person, isn't it? Provided we give them the opportunity, to adapt themselves, in the society. So I told them this morning, I give them good news now. I said, if you come up, you can come and stay in Brahma Vihar, right? We accept them, right? And then so that when they come up of the Brahma Vihara, step in the society, they be a better person, And I mean, Brahma Vihara maybe serve like a good friend, no? Kalyana Mittas. You see, again, make them regain the strength, to come back to the society. I think this is very important because if not that, they will be forever rejected by the society again, associate with bad friends again, come back again, enter again the prison because we don't give the opportunity. So I think we have to remember one thing that we have to be Kalyana Mittas. Always remember that we have to create a platform, for people to come and practice together and be their spiritual friend, isn't it? I think this one makes something very significant. 是吗? And of course, another one is laziness. 懒啊，真係用到一個懶。Okay. All right. Okay, now, of course, Buddhists encouraged using this mundane material wealth for good and charitable acts. So there's a saying in Chinese said that 金钱不是万能，但是没钱但没钱万万不能。So you can see the importance of wealth, right? Importance of wealth, because the wealth can bring us so many good things. Okay, what are these things? So I get that wealth can lead. Giving can lead to accumulation of material wealth in the future, right? And then long life, right? Imagine that you have money, you can live a long life, no? Yeah, you take care of you buy, you nourish your body with good food, right? Go from time to time, go and have a body checkup, right? So that you live a quality life, right? So guarantee your long life, isn't it? So we don't糟蹋 our body, right? We don't destroy our body, right? We take care of our body. Yeah? We have so many doctors here, right? From time to time, I believe they will recommend good doctors, recommend good medicine also. Then and of course the health, right? Health, act of giving can promote physical wealth, being and health, eat good food, right? And then happiness, okay? Yeah, you have wealth, you can live a big house, right? And guaranteed your sustainable happiness, right? Even with things that we have nothing, also we are also very happy. Yeah? But that is another aspect, right? And the good reputation also imagines that we are doing a lot of good work, right? You also earn a lot of good name, fame, not fame, reputation, right? And then rebirth in favorable conditions, right? If you are doing a lot of good deeds, they will guarantee you're reborn in the better higher realms existences, right? And then wisdom, yeah. The Buddha says, what is you're doing dhanas, right? That is, you are building a very good foundation for your spiritual growth, right? Okay. Now, after talking all this mundane wealth, the Buddha says the highest wealth is not how much money you earn. It's about the contentment, right? Satuti, paramagdana. Satuti means contentment, right? Contentment, 知足啊，知足是最大的财能。Okay, imagine that we Buddhist monk, we don't have money, but I think we are very happy because we lead a very contented life, right? And there is, the Chinese New Year is coming. There's a saying that what 什么叫断舍离? Have you heard of that? 断舍离. What is English one? 断舍离. Huh? Minimalist. Okay. You see, they take this opportunity before Chinese New Year. They want to clear everything, remove everything, give away everything.
Let's bring in the things.
They buy Indian things again. Are you suffering again? Yeah, I think our new generation, our young generation, they really practice this already. Yeah, like Japanese, they want to lead a simple life, minimal life, minimalist. Yeah. So I think why not we try, isn't it? Because the Buddha said this is the greatest wealth. By practice contentment, minimalist is it? It means that to have less desire and not chasing what do you call many things. Okay, because we know that by chasing all these things, right, will lead us a lot of suffering, right? So you keep very minimum, like we are like us, keep only these 4 requisites, the robes lah, foods lah, lodging lah, medicine. I think that's good enough, no? We don't chase after Hermes, LV, just good enough, clothing, for your protection, for your body. Just keep enough, medicines for your good health, right? I think that's good enough, no? Yeah. Okay, so try this year, we're talking about the wealth, contentment. So go and practice 断舍离. All right. Now we come to another very important one. Okay. So when we talk about the wealth, right? In Buddhism, we talk about this Aryadhana, the noble wealth, right? So this noble wealth also can be considered as the inner wealth, 内在的财富. Okay, we look at this 内在的财富. We can consider them as the as the what do you call, as the virtuous quality. Okay, so these are the virtuous quality that we must have. Okay, because this virtuous quality will never be taken away by or robbed by the thief, or taken away by the flood, by the fire, right? And this inner wealth, virtuous quality, will bring us to the next life. Oh, you look at this seven, right? Saddha, Sila, Iri, Otapa, Sutta, Jaga, and Panyan. You find the Chinese words there, right? Okay, so we look at that briefly. Yeah, these are the 5 virtuous qualities, 7 virtuous qualities. Okay, and these 7 virtuous qualities can generate the wholesome karma, right? And this wholesome karma will lead us to the wholesome retribution. Okay, until, right, the attainment of nibbana. So these are the things that we need to generate. Okay. Okay, now we also look at that briefly. What is saddha? Right, saddha. Saddha in brief here is to have faith in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Okay, and believing in this Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha is not a blind faith, right? It's a faith that based on the understanding and investigation. We are not stupid, isn't it? Right? We have knowledge. We have understanding. So that kind of verified understanding. Okay, that's why the Buddha says in the Kalama Sutras, do not go upon what has been acquired by repeated hearing, or upon the consideration, or because that monk is my teacher. That's why whatever he said, I have to believe in him. But Buddha never said that. You know why? I said you have to believe in me. Yeah, the Buddha will ask you, go and investigate yourself. Okay, so this is called to verify your confidence in the triple gems. Okay. All right. So these are the objects of the faith, objects of the saddha, right? In Buddhism, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Okay. And talking about the Buddha, Dharma, and Sanghas, right? In this Anguttara Nikaya, Mahanama Sutras, right? You find these 6 recollection. I mean, these 6 recollection of the first 5, they're connected with these 7 qualities. Okay, so I find it very interesting. The reason why I want to highlight this is because in our Theravada we are still very lacking of other than meditation. It seems that we don't have many other practice. Not like in the Mahayana, you see, they have this practice of reciting the names of the Buddhas, continuously. Okay. Recently I went to Hong Kong, and then one month he went to Sri Lanka for the meditation, and he came back. He told me that in that meditation center, the Theravada centers, for those who cannot meditate, those people who cannot meditate, the Chima asked them to recite the Buddha's name, the qualities. Okay. I find that it suddenly gave me, the idea. Why not? If we cannot meditate, why not? We recite the Buddha's names. Buddha's qualities, right? By reciting like Itipiso, Bhagava, Arahant, Sama Sambuddho, or even you can count it, right? They will say that, probably you go and recite 21 times, then you will be working very hard. Itipiso, Bhagava, Arahant. You can continuously focusing on the recollection of Buddha's qualities, isn't it? That helps. I believe you look at this recollection, they also involve a lot of chanting. Some people, especially Theravada, say chanting is not very important, meditation is very important. I think that is not quite right. Yeah, no doubt we thought meditation is very important, but chanting is also equally important, isn't it? Especially you look at these 6 recollections. All these 6 recollections, right, require chanting. require chanting. I think we have less emphasis on this. We all emphasize on samatha vipassana, as if these are not very important. Right? So we have to revisit back into all these ancient practice by our ancient masters. In some meditation centers, in some of the forest tradition, like Thai tradition, the forest tradition, they even ask you to recite the names of the Buddha, right? Isn't it? Because ask people to focus on the breathing, it's not easy. But you ask them to recite on the name of the Buddha, they find okay. Yeah. If you ask them to recite, so we are going to read some of these things. Yeah, not just only the meaning, but the Pali. And again, I want to highlight the importance of Pali chanting is because this Pali chanting has the 5 sounds. No? You see in the sutta, the Buddha says, my teaching is complete with the meaning and complete with the language. What is meant when the Buddha says, my teaching is complete with the language? That is to say, language here refers to the articulation of the sound. No? When you're talking about the sounds, there are many sounds. Right? You have the sounds, guttural sounds, salivary sound, palatal sounds, right? Dental sounds, labial sounds, nasal sounds, aspirate sounds, non-aspirate sounds. What are these sounds? In Chinese, we don't really see the importance of all these sounds because we don't know how to pronounce. Yeah, but luckily we have the background of Chinese, of Malay. That's why we can chant very well, right? But how about those staying in China? They don't even know how to pronounce it. That's why most of these Mahayana chanting, right, transliterated into Chinese, isn't it? You ask them to recite Pali, no way. But for us, right, no need to transliterate into the Chinese. We can directly read from the Pali. Then how to read from the Pali? Then we have to follow certain tone. Not certain. Yeah, certain articulation. Okay? Because this articulation, I believe, right, is that bring the kind of effect of vibrational sound, right? Vibration. And that vibration, create a very, very good harmony in your body, because vibration brings a kind of energy, right? As your sound is vibrating, right? That vibration, bring a certain effect onto your body, right? So your body is also get a little bit of gentle massage, and you are continuously reciting these words, right? You are bringing that soothing effect to your body. And some people say, after chanting, my body feel good, isn't it? Then recovered. You see, in those days, where the medical is not advanced, so they will come to the Buddhist monk, and those days Buddhist monks are well trained, well versed in the sound. When they look at the body, they look at some kind of demon, okay, then they give you the sounds to heal that particular organ. Okay, so as you are reciting this again and again and again, and then after some time you feel good, isn't it? Because they bring energy. So every sound has energy. It's just like when you are reading the English word, Chinese word now, what they call happy, quiet. When you look at the word quiet, it brings you energy, isn't it? When you see the happy, it's also give you energy. But you look at the word sad, that is a very bad energy, isn't it? So I believe even the plants, all these things, they're also quite receptive to different mode of energy, right? So the sound also like that. So for us, we really have to pay a little attention, right, to the pronunciation of the Pali words. Like in Mahayana, they have all kind of mantra. Mantra. You see the word tra, particularly recite. Tra is a vehicle. It's a means. It's a vehicle. Man means mind. Okay. It's a mind. It's a transformation of mind. It's a vehicle for transformation of mind. Right. Our mind is so scattered. So through certain sounds, okay, we are transformed. our mind, from that of scattered mind into a concentrated mind. So the sound has that effect of healing. Okay, but now we lost this tradition. We lost the tradition. But those days there are a lot of monks and quite well versed in the sound. So that when you come to them, they will give you, okay, you're gonna recite this. Oh, they said, 哇，这个 mantra 好勁啊！ After reciting, my body get cured, healed. Okay, so this is all about energy. So similarly, when we are reciting these Buddhist names, okay, it also uplift. You see our spiritual level, from a very scattered level, slowly, up to the concentrated level. When your mind is so concentrated, you have a lot of faith, a lot of joy. So that is of the very high level, high energy level. Okay, so we want to recite this. Like before, the Katina, last year's Katina, for the first time, we introduced the chanting of this Buddha Anusati, and we started the chant of this from 10 o'clock up to the following day 5 o'clock. 7 hours. Again 7. And it's very powerful. It's very powerful. Imagine that you're continuously reciting it, your mind is quite focused, and immediately at the end of the chanting, your mind is completely uplifted. You see? And then you experience that kind of the joys, right? That kind of prasanti, qing'an. Okay, very tranquility. You see, so these are the effects when you continuously, chant of these verses, and it brings about the what do you call, the energize, your body, different organ with good energy, and you find that the energy is circulated around the body, and that energy definitely will bring you concentrated mind. Okay, but you need to chant it properly. So we recite together. Iti piso bhagava arahant samma sambuddho vijacarana sampano sugado lokavido anodaro purisadam masaradisa Kadeva Manusanam Buddho Bhagavati Iti Piso Bhagava Arahant Samma Sambuddho Vijacarana Sampano Sugado Lokavido Anodaro Purisadam Masaradisa Tadeva Manusanam Buddho Bhagavati. I'll continuously recite things like that. I noticed that this practice is getting popular now among our Buddhist communities. Yeah, especially as a complement for the meditation. For those who cannot meditate, then why not? We recite it. Imagine that you recite this for 108 time. 108. You can see it brings a direct transformation. Okay, yeah. But of course you have to understand the meaning. Like in the Visuddhi Marga, it says that how to practice this Buddha Anusati. There are 3 steps. Okay, one is the sounds. Okay, sound means you have to recite it, and the second one you have to understand the meaning. Okay, then the third one, through a kind of visualization. Okay, then you have to visualize that the Buddha statue is in front of you, right? As you are reciting this, okay, at least your mind can have a very focus. And then you see the Buddha statue is radiating the light, right? all visualize. And then you even can see the Buddha smile at you. Yeah, so this is how you develop your confidence, in this practice of Buddha Anusati. And of course, other than this, also we can try to recite the Dhamma Anusati, right? It's also involving the chanting. We recite together. Swagato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanidiko Akaliko Ehipasiko Obanayiko Panchata Veditamo Vinyoti. Okay, so you also can keep reciting for 108 times, but make sure your sound is very soothing. If not, then people will run away. Supatipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ujjapatipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Nyāyapatipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Samicipatipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Yadidam Chatari Purisa Yogani Atta Purisa Pogala Esa Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ahuneyo Ahuneyo Dakineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anodara Punya Ketam Lokasati. Okay, so just quick look at it. And the second one is the seal. Alright, the seal is the foundation, right, of all our mental cultivation. Like sila, samadhi, and panya, right? For you to grow, right? Or for you to have a deeper insight into the meditation practice, right? We need to have a sila, right? It's our foundation. And then of course the sila also has another aspect, that is to create harmony in our society, right? In our relationship, right? So because the sila, right, build the trust, right, and respect in our community. So you can see the sila is very important, right? So and you look at it, right? The Buddha's also said, the whole of the Buddha's teaching, for his 45 years of the Buddha's teaching, right? The Buddha says teaching can be summarized into this very verse. It says that Sabba Papa Sakarana Kusala Sopasampa, right? It's true. Sabba Papa Sakarana means not doing evil, right? But doing good, right? So this is the foundation aspect. This is a seal, right? Only with this as foundation, then we can purify our mind. Sanchita Pariyapapana, right? This to purify one's own mind. And this is the teachings of the Buddhists, right? And of course, from this sila also we find in the Abhidhamma, they expand this sila to another two more, right? You look at it, right? Another two more, right? One is to show respect to people worthy of respect, right? Another one is to helping others in skillful activity, sharing your strength, your wealth, and your intelligence. Okay, so these all include under the sila aspect, right? So you can see that these observation of precept, right, expand to show respect to people, right? And so these three together, right, form to promote these interpersonal virtues. Okay, now talking about this precept also we have to develop we have to recite this. Okay, so we can recite together, right? This is a Sila Anusati, right? Akandani achedani asabalani akama sani boje sani veyo pasatani apara Bhatani sama desa vadani gani te. Okay, so you keep reciting things like this. So I find that these six recollection, right, are very powerful. Okay, I hope maybe in the future, right, we can incorporate this in our practice as well, right? Not just only meditation, because when people heard of meditation, they run away. People get scared of meditation because they have a lot of hindrances. Oh, my mind cannot focus. So much restless. Think this, think that, so monkey mind. If we recite things this, that definitely helps a lot. Okay, and then we look at another two more, right? Hiri Otapa, right? And this Hiri Otapa considered as the guardians of the world, right? The guardians of the world, because they help maintain the moral order in society, in individual practice, right? That's why the Buddha says, right? These tools are important, right? And they considered as two bright qualities that guard the world, right? Which two? Shame and moral dread. Okay, because they protect the world from falling into immorality. That's why that makes a difference, from the animal, right? Animal, they don't have hero thought. They have no moral fear, no moral dread, right? But we have, right? Because when we do something bad, right, we have that kind of moral shame, that kind of shame in us, right? So to protect ourselves from doing bad things, isn't it? And of course, we also have that fear of shame, the blame, because people may scold us if we are doing bad things, isn't it? So that's also protect us from doing unwholesome things, right? So these two protect us from falling into immorality. Okay, the fifth one is the sutta, right? Sutta means not the sutta, the sutta. This is called sutta. Sutta. That one is sutta. Sutta means 经, but this is not sutta. This is mean 多闻, word. Okay, in one means sutta. Yeah, sutta. Yeah, that's have I heard. Word. You see, during the Buddha's time, no computers, no writing, no pen, no book, right? And the knowledge acquired through listening. Okay, so we have to, come to the temple, right, and then listen. Okay, as form of acquiring knowledge. Acquiring knowledge. So how to learn? Of course, we talk about sutta. We are not just only confined to the level of listening to the Dhamma, but also involve practice and involve realization. Okay, 就是like pati, what do you call? Pariyati, pati, patipati, and pativeda, right? This is what we call the Buddhist education. Buddhist education, not just only listening, but you have to practice as well as to realize, isn't it? So this is the sutta aspect. And then another one, the sixth one, jaga. Jaga means generosity. What makes difference between the jaga and dana? Right? We used to hear dana is also generosity, jaga is also generosity. What are the difference? Okay, just to make it quick, dana means just only a material giving, just an act of giving. Okay, the act of giving, like you are sharing food, giving money or giving possession, right? So, but as you are practicing the jhana, it's much more supreme than this. Okay, so we can talk about this kind of giving is more of the spiritual giving. That kind of spiritual giving is through this kind of spiritual giving we practice to let go the attachment. Okay, not only to let go attachment, people don't want to give away. Good. Imagine that if you are giving away this thing, you find, alas, you know, you feel so much relaxed, isn't it? But before you are giving, you still struggle, want to give or not, want to give or not, you know. Imagine that you really give, you can see that very moment of giving, right? You really experience what is called jhaga. Okay, they call it jhaga. Huh? So this is a kind of relinquishment of giving out, right? Developing non-clinging, and you are practicing the mudita, right? Practicing that kind of joys, right? Sympathetic joys, and finding joys in others' well-being. Okay, okay. So the other kind of practice is to overcome our greed and the selfishness. So you can see that this kind of jhaga is much higher than the dana. Dana are giving, but you have no choice. Just giving, ordinary giving. But as we Buddhists, you want to develop that kind of quantity, we have to practice the jhaga. Imagine after giving all these things, you find so much joy and peace in your mind. Okay, so when talking about this thing also, there is this anusati also. Jhaga anusati. Yeah, we read. Labha vatame sulada vatame yoha machera mala pariya ditaya ajaya vigata malaman cherena chetasa viharami moda jago Payatapani Vosagaprado Yacha Yogo Danasa Vibhagaprado. Okay, so the last one is a panya. Panya. Of course, the panya, there are several ways of looking at this panya. Ultimately, through the panya, right, we get rid of defilements. Okay, panya is not how you develop knowledge. No, it's how much you
Let go.
let go. As you let go, right, you also remove defilements. Okay, defilement. Now, 净化, the more the defilements you remove, right, the higher wisdom you acquire. Okay, and this wisdom is help us to attain nirvana. That's why we have this sila samadhi and panya. So this panya is a higher realization. It's not how much you learn. You see, as we practice understanding of this impermanent, it's also to let go of the attachment of self. Is it? Or to understanding not just only impermanent. Here, impermanent also referring to also include the non-self and suffering. Okay, include. So understanding this impermanent, right? Then we know, the reason why I suffer is because of my attachment to the self, right? So if I get rid of myself, of course, if you get rid of yourself, you become a Shrodapana already. Okay. So we work hard together, not to waste time, but to realize Shrodapana in this very lifetime by practicing letting go. So all this require a lot of vipassana training. What is vipassana? To see, from this perspective, understanding impermanent, understanding the non-self, right? This is one aspect of it. Another one is to see the dependent origination. Okay, everything has its cause and effect, right? So this is also help us to understand the cause of suffering and the cessation of suffering. Yeah. So as we understand, all these different causes, they're contributing, to the suffering, then we are able to see the causes of the ending of all this suffering. Okay. But understanding is dependent origination, and of course, the direct insight into the reality here include the seeing of Four Noble Truth. Okay. So when you see the Noble Truth, you are face to face, right, with the Nirvana. Okay, so that is the point where you transform, from this ordinary worldly, pratijana, to that of the Arya, right? You become an Arya. Okay, you are no more become by seeing to the truth of suffering. into the truth of origin of suffering, the truth of cessation of suffering, and the path leading to the cessation of suffering. By realizing direct insight into the Four Noble Truths. So these are all the aspects of the Panya. Okay, so yeah, I find interesting quote, from Dhammapala. It says, "He who is full of faith and virtue, right? The Saddha and Sila, who also possess fame and fortune, right? Is held in reverence wherever he goes." Okay, so now my conclusion, right? Before the aim is the true wealth, right? So these seven qualities are the true wealth. Of course, these seven qualities also can be explained to many other qualities that are associated with it, right? So it's a true wealth. Why it is a true wealth? Because it cannot be stolen or destroyed. It generates lasting happiness. Even it travel with us, even we pass away, right? It never can be taken away, right? So we need a lot of this wholesome merit. Okay, when we pass away, when we know we want to die, it's okay. Our body will depart one day. Just have your mind calm and composed. Go away with happy mind. Okay, imagine that you have come to Sudama, practice meditation, learn so much dharmas, practice so much good deeds. Okay, carry all these things away from you, because this is the time where you have to put away all your possession, the wealth. What else? What can you bring along? Is all these good merits, no? Isn't it? So we have to develop all the good, the happiness and joys in our practice. And the second thing is a practical application. Yeah, so all these things help each other, right? For example, the faith help to build the morality, and all these things help each other. Okay, and these things also applicable to the lay person as well as to the monastics. Okay, don't think that this is only to the monks and nothing to do with lay people. No. Okay, because we know that one day you also become monks and nuns. Isn't it? And the last one is benefits, okay? Because as we practice all these things, right, it helps us, for our realization of the ultimate bliss. We don't talk about nirvana, but ultimate bliss. That is the highest happiness, okay? That we all aspire. All right, so these seven noble treasures form the foundation for genuine spiritual development and the realization of Nibbana. Okay, so now New Year is coming, just another few more days, right? So we have to fight, these seven spiritual wealth. Remember all the Buddha's teachings again and again. Okay, material wealth, of course, important, yeah, but spiritual wealth, inner wealth, is much more important. Okay, so we have to keep growing this spiritual wealth. Yeah, life is too short. Yeah, so, but anyway, it's okay, right? Once we realize everything is impermanent, we can just say hello to anybody at any time. So it makes us more happiness, a lasting happiness. Okay, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Alright, so I'm like sharing merits, we recite together. Imano punya bhaga mata pitunancha acharyanancha sabbasadanancha sabbamitanancha sabbanyadinancha sabbavedanancha Sabbadevatanancha Pajema Sabe Sata Sukhita Hontu Idam me Yadinam Hodu Sukhita Hontu Nyadayo Idam me Yadinam Hodu Sukita Honto Nyatayo Yadena Hodu Sukita Honto Nyatayo Idame Punyam Asava Kaya Vahang Hodu Idame Punyam Nibbana Sabha Sayodu Sadhu 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 Yunasil just namaskar 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 就是大家准备礼敬right then go down for chair Buddha Pujemi Dhamma Pujemi Sangha Pujemi Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu
Can we bow 3 times to Bhante as a respect? The first bow as a gratitude, second bow as a respect, and the third bow as a
Anjali Wanda Abim